Hi everybody, here we are, another week of the class. I'm still trying to get over my cold, so excuse my kind of raspy voice here. But yeah, so welcome to our next module. We're going to be starting module 6 this week, and we're going to be talking this week about validating your HTML. So far, you guys have noticed, I'm sure, that you can write HTML that's kind of, sort of okay, and your browser will display it for you. It kind of forgives you for those little errors, and it will display it for you how it thinks it should get displayed. Well, this week we're going to learn about how to really create good validated HTML. And the reason we want to do that is so that our web pages are displayed consistently across different browsers, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer browser. Right? We want to make sure that when we create a web page and a website, that all of our users have the same experience, and that we don't have to tell them, hey, you have to use Firefox for this, or you have to use Internet Explorer for this. So keeping your HTML validated is one way to do that. And the other reason why it's important is that when you write valid HTML, you're ensuring that your HTML code is going to work in future versions of browsers. So versions that aren't even out yet. So that's important too, right? Knowing that you're writing code that's still going to be considered valid going forward. So that's why we're going to be concentrating on writing valid HTML. We're going to learn the difference between transitional and strict HTML. We're going to start using document type definitions. So your HTML tag won't be the first thing in your HTML pages anymore. We're going to have a doc type definition in there, and we're going to have a meta tag that we're going to start adding to our code. And that's going to tell the validator, hey, I've written this in strict HTML. Validate it as such. Validate it with the strict HTML rules. Okay. You'll read more about that in your textbook. We're looking at chapter 6 this week. And then I mentioned using the W3C validator. That's what we're going to be using. Basically, you go to their site and you type in a URL, or you upload a file, and it tells you if that page is valid, and if it's not, it tells you what you have to change about it in order to make it valid. So we're going to be trying that out in your assignment this week. Also, this book was written in, I think it was 2000. So it's not like it's super duper current. And hold on, I'm trying to find out. Oh, copyright 2006. So the first edition came out in 2005. But it's current in that it covers all the basics and all the fundamentals which haven't changed. And the reason that I like it is that it's separated content from structure completely, which is the best way to code your HTML. In the next chapter, we're gonna start looking at CSS, which is what lets you do all the fancy styling stuff to your code. But your book, because it is a couple years old, it talks about HTML5 as something that might not come out or might come out. You'll hear mention of it when you're reading your chapter. HTML5 is actually out. And we're not going to be covering it in this class since it's a 2-unit class, and we'll have our plates full with HTML 4.0.1, which is what we've been learning. We're going to start switching that to strict HTML, so XHTML, and then we're going to incorporate CSS. So we're going to have our plates full with all that. HTML5 gets a little bit more into your meta data and into the actual semantics of your web page. So it incorporates a few new elements and new attributes. But really, like I said, we're going to be covering all that we can cover in this 2-unit class with 4.0.1 and CSS and XHTML, which is what we're going to be moving on to in the next chapter. But do know that HTML5 is out, and it's something that this book, it was prior to this book getting published, okay? So again, assignment, discussion board, and quiz for this week, and you've got those all due Sunday night, October 10th at 10 p.m. Pacific. What else? Oh, I've added a new video to our video page, how to add applications to our Fire FTP so that when you right click on a file in Fire FTP, you can edit it in Notepad directly there. But I just really want you guys to know that you're doing a really, really good job in this class. I'm so excited. I was really thrilled to open up your first web pages. I hope that was a good experience for you back in Module 4. I was sick last week and I didn't get a good chance to really tell you guys that I'm proud of the progress that you made in Module 4. I was expecting a few more issues with that module, and you guys did an awesome job. Everyone did a really, really great job. And that's not an easy step, setting up your own web server, downloading Fire FTP, and FTPing your files over. There were several steps to that assignment, but I'm really, really proud of your guys' progress and the way that you were able to do that. I was expecting a lot more questions, but you guys took it and ran with it, so that's great. And just in general, I think the class is going very well. So I thank you for that. I thank you for your participation in the class and for contacting me if you have questions or need help. I have gotten to meet a few of you in person, and I'm more than happy to do that with others if people will find that useful. I actually haven't been meeting people during my office hours, but I have been online during that time. If that's a convenient time for you to join me and ask questions, please do so. That's why I'm going to be online. I'll continue to be online during that time as well. Okay, so I hope everyone is doing well, and like always, get a hold of me if you need something, if you have any questions for me. Okay, and we'll be in touch. Bye.